Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. I'd said in my last video that I was going to do a few more of the Masterboards because I'll tell you something, they're a little bit addictive. You do one and it's just so much fun. It's therapeutic, it really is. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, Corn, you're just collaging on a larger board. Well, the ones I did before, remember I did two 12 by 12s because I wanted to say goodbye to pieces of paper I got in a paper pad that I didn't think were pretty, personally. And, but then I went, I've got in vintage, I did an 8.5 by 11 one, and then I did an 8 by 8, and then I did a 6 by 6. And so here's those guys. So this is before, as you see, this is just done. I haven't sewn it. I haven't done anything else with it, except for some stamping. So I am going to go ahead and put, because I stamped on this one, I'm going to join the open collab, which is #stampplay. Our hostess is Susan, and she is with Susan's Heartstrings is her channel name. I will list that down below. And so this is on, see, this is very, very different from from my other ones because it was nice cardstock that was on. This is the back so that if I want to cut it into tags or journaling cards, it can be written on. The stamping I did these words. I did this little gathering of, I love this stamp. There's a new stamp of mine, and I just love it. A little gathering of butterflies flittering around. I did this butterfly here. I did, just in case I'm out, these words here. And I did this butterfly here and here. And I fussy cut, the only thing I fussy cut was these two butterflies to face one another. As you know, this doesn't have to be cut up, especially being this flexible. It can be a journal cover, or it can be a journal page. I don't sew mine until I've cut it up, if I'm going to cut it up. This one, I'm wondering if I should try to get on my printer and copy it because I like how this turned out. So there's my 8.5 by 11. And then this one, 8 by 8. And the back of this is white, a creamy white. And no stamping on the rest of these. It was just a matter of scraps and going through all my scraps and, you know, deciding, will this look good? Will this, won't this? And, you know, when you do everything so neutral, you can put anything with it. You know, the only really pop of color I have is here and here. And this, and this. This is what I got. Remember when I went, I did a haul on it, but this was a few months back, when Hobby Lobby would put, they're trying to sell their single scrapbook paper. And sometimes you might get, if you get 50 in a 12 by 12, you might get 25 of one and 25 of the other, which is what happened here. And so I wanted to use some more scraps and with these guys. And as you know, book pages and just all these little goodies here and there. But I thought y'all might get a kick out of this. It says broom corn in the middle. And the only thing that I put on here, and that was just because I missed a little spot right here, is I took one of my mini envelopes that I make and glued that there. There's only 2 pieces that I had left of my emboss. I don't know if that's showing up in the light. This is numbers. This is letters. I think that it looks like a Tim Holtz embossing folder, but I'm not sure. happy with how that came out. You know I'm going to do a shabby chic one because that's me. This one has a white background too. I went around it in green, which is speckled egg. It's a bluish green, distressing. When I tore this paper, I didn't ink it, which is unusual for me, especially coming around a solid piece like this. But I like how it turned out. I think it turned out softer. And the only thing with this one that I fussy cut is I did fussy cut this rose and leaves to come out within that space. And this paper here is printer paper that I dyed. And I'm going to have to look it up because in the middle of the night, YouTube thought I would enjoy this video. And it is a gentleman from across the pond who is very clever. And he did a large, I guess his is like a 8.5 by 11 also, Masterboard with washi. He loves washi. So I was like, well, you know, a lot of my washi, as you can see, I put a lot of it out. But a lot of it I don't have anymore because I had gotten kind of crazy when it came to the washi and I wasn't using it and I felt guilty, so I don't have it anymore. Other crafters are enjoying it. So this is what I came up with. This is just a scrap of white that I had. And when it comes to my washi, I kind of like it best on white because some of mine are so clear. Do you know what I mean? Very see-through-y, except for the image, you know. So this for me, because mine is so small except for ones like this. I'll show you what I use this in a second. Now this is a wider one. The gentleman I'm speaking of, I will put his name down below in my description box. He had a lot of the wide washi. I do not. I have a lot of washi like this. And this. That's the kind of washi I have. And so that's how this one came out. I'm concerned about sewing it. Let me ask y'all, those of you who love to sew with your paper crafts, did you all ever make a washi masterboard and sew it? Because that's what I'm thinking of doing. But I'm thinking of just cutting off like a piece and trying it just to, I don't know how it's going to work out. Now, this gentleman and I both, because I never use washi with just the adhesive on the back. I always add extra, and I use the Pritt glue stick. I always use extra, you know. And so that's how that one came out. And then, you know, I have to do my shabby chic. So that's how that one did. And yes, this is my favorite of all the ones I've done. 8x8 paper. This one was white too. So that, like I said, so that all of this would not take up the background paper. And just, you know, ones like this. Like, and see how narrow? And it's good. The narrow is good in spots, but not in other spots. And these guys use, you know, stuff like this. And the two I showed you. And now this takes me more time to do the washi one because, you know, you want to go in different directions. You could even go diagonal, you know, and then do fun stuff here. Just have a ball with it, you know. Masterboards are just so much fun. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.